Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your boy Obi-Wan G.O.B., aka Critter Breeds, and today we are going to talk about little kids, the school system, and why things are just kinda not okay. First of all, I'm going to touch on the story from California, which Philip DeFranco covered, people are talking about, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I do watch the news and from different people's aspects and personalities and perspectives. So, a little kid in California goes to kindergarten, 5 years old, and teacher says, "I need you to take off your backpack." He's like, "Nah, I don't want to." She's like, "No, you gotta take off your backpack." He says, "I can't. There's a bomb in it, and if I take it off, it'll blow up." Okay. So they call the parents, they suspend him, and now they said that he's got this mark on his record that he was suspended for terroristic threatening of staff. Now, I'm kind of like on both sides of this story because, first of all, you can't make threats that you have a bomb at any age. At the same time, he's just a kid with an imagination, making up some kind of little plaything to not have to give up his backpack. I mean, maybe he's got something in there that he doesn't want the teacher going through and finding, like maybe a special toy or a note for a little girl in his class. You know, I mean, it could be anything. And so I'm on both sides of the fence. They should have, not suspended, not called his parents and made him go home. They should have simply sat him down and explained why that was an inappropriate choice of words. That's all there is to it. You just sit down and you explain to your kid, "Hey, that's not something we talk about or say at school." And I think that would have been avoided for a lot of drama and a lot of news coverage, and the story never would have went anywhere. But that's not what they chose to do, and yeah. So, okay. This next part is going to be more personal, and so give me a second. I just woke up a little bit ago. I was actually, it's 9 a.m. right now, and I did go back to sleep, but I woke up at 5 o'clock, totally just terrified. So let me tell you about that, and then we'll get into the more personal school aspect of things. So I'm dreaming, and I'm dreaming that me and my wife were at a restaurant or a business or something where we were ordering something and we had to go pick it up. So we're there and we're trying to pick it up, and we are parked quite a bit away from the business that we were at. And so I tell my wife, go in, and we'd been inside for a while, so I tell her, you pick up the stuff, I'll go move the car closer to the business. So I get in the car and I pull up, and the only spot open close enough to the building to carry our stuff out to the car is like backed up against a big hill. So I back up into the spot, and I go too far, and the back of the van goes over the hill, and I'm throwing it in drive, trying to pull out before it goes all the way back, but I can't, and I start flipping backwards over and over, and it terrified me. I jumped up out of bed, and I was scared, and so I woke up at 5 o'clock. I laid there for a while, and got the kids and everybody out the house, and went back to bed for about an hour or so. So I'm up now. I've been up for a little bit. And anyway, into the personal school topic, because that's what you're here for. That's what the title says, and that's what you want to know. So this year has been totally different. Last year, my kids loved going to school. They couldn't wait for the bus to get here so that they could talk with their friends and play and, have fun being a kid going to school. And then this year, it's completely different. My kids are mixed feelings. One loves school, the other one not so much anymore. And they both absolutely hate the bus. And every day, they get on the bus, they go to school, and then they get back on the bus and they come home. And in the evenings, every day they get off the bus in tears. And every day I have to ask, why are you crying? And it's always, Miss Robin yelled at me. Okay, why'd she yell at you? Miss Robin is the bus monitor that will explain her duties in a little bit. Well, she yells at me because I was talking. Were you loud? No, just talking to the person in my seat. Okay. Or it'll be, she yelled at me because I was reading my book. You were reading your book and she yelled at you. Yeah. Okay. So, that's all fine and dandy. I put up with it, and I have put up with it for quite a few weeks now. And yesterday, they get off the bus, and both of them are crying. And I ask, what's going on this time? And I get, Miss Robin told us if we opened our mouths and talked again, she would kick us off the bus where we were at. Excuse me? She's gonna kick a 7 and 8-year-old off the bus for talking? No. Not acceptable. I call the school. Explain my situation. School says, that's not in our control. We have nothing to do with that. You need to call transportation. Okay. So I call transportation. That's not in our control. You need to call administrative offices. Okay? Call them. No, we don't have any control over bus monitors. You need to call early childhood development. They're the ones who control bus monitors. Fair enough. Let's call them. I finally get to the lady who does the hiring and firing bus monitors, and lady's name is Amy. That's all you need to know. And Amy was a very nice lady. I explained my situation, told her what happened, and she's quite upset. And she's said that she would take care of Robin today, first thing in the morning. Said that Robin's job, as dictated in her contract, is to maintain a safe environment for preschoolers. Hence, early childhood development being the people who hired her. She is to monitor and sit at the front of the bus with preschoolers. Pre-kindergarten, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, sometimes 5-year-olds. Everybody else is not really her concern. And then Amy says, but I just want to let you know, I want you to know that Robin doesn't have the authority to kick anybody off the bus. That's totally up to the bus driver. Yeah, I get that. I know that. I understand that. My 7-year-old does not know that. When an adult, when she's been taught that adults are in control. Adults make the rules. Because that's what life is. When you're a little kid, adults make the rules. You tell a 7-year-old who has grown up until this point with the understanding that when an adult tells you something, that's it. That's what happens. And you tell that kid, if you talk one more time, you're getting off the bus and walking home. My 7-year-old doesn't know that that's not going to happen. You're just being mean. Okay? So, okay. So, let's rearrange a little bit, back up a little bit. Let me tell you a little more about this Robin lady. In order for the children to ride the bus, they have to fill out a piece of paper that gives their name, their address, their phone number, their homeroom teacher's name, and basically saying, okay, here's the rules of riding the bus, and I understand that as a parent, this is what my kid has to do. Okay, so they bring home these papers first couple days of the year. Fill it out, stick it in the kid's book bag, send them to school. I didn't know that this was something particularly for the bus. I assumed, like every other paper that comes home in my kid's book bag, you fill it out, you send it back to school. So I did. Okay, a few days later, maybe a week. Sorry about that little cut. I had a phone call that just totally screwed everything up. Anyway, a few days later, maybe a week, I got another paper. And I'm like, I just filled this out and sent it back. Why did they need another one? Fill it out, stick it in the book bag, send them to school. No big deal. A few days later, I go to the bus stop to pick them up get them off the bus. And here they come off the bus in tears again, holding this paper saying, if I don't turn this into the bus driver in the morning, they're not going to let me ride the bus anymore. The hell do you mean? This is like the third paper I'm having to fill out. So I walk up to the bus. I'm like, hey, excuse me, sir. I've already filled out 2 of these and sent them to school. I mean, one of them, I personally went in and handed them to the teachers in the office. And he tells me, school has no control over me and my bus. I either get them or they don't ride. Okay, so that's what happened there. My sister-in-law works as a bus monitor through early childhood development, and her first couple of days she was meeting other monitors, and she said that she met this Robin lady, and within just a few minutes automatically knew that this woman is a very hateful, very not nice person. And my sister told me, if I had a child that rode her bus, I would demand a new monitor because of how mean and hateful and spiteful this woman is. She says she tells the Robin lady, hey, my nieces ride your bus. And Robin says, who's your nieces? And she's like, Charlie and Lexi. And Robin's like, oh, their dad's hateful. Excuse me? Well, he came up yelling at the bus driver about the bus rules paper. If that's what you consider yelling, me simply stating the fact that I have already filled out multiple times this paper and sent them to school. If you think I'm yelling when I simply tell you something, I hate to tell you, you keep up your crap with mistreating my children. And if you're doing it to my kids, you're doing it to everybody, and that is unacceptable. I will stand up. I will get in your face. I will make your life hell because I will call every single day until you're gone. I will get on the bus and tell you to your face that you are a hateful, spiteful, horrible person. It's not your job to yell and scream and threaten my children. That's my job. My job is to make them cry. It's my job to tell them, no, you can't have ice cream before breakfast. No, you can't go outside and play in a thunderstorm. No, there's no power right now. You can't play a video game. You know, it's not your job to make my kids cry. It's my job. I tell them what they can and cannot do. Your job is kids who aren't even in school yet. They're in preschool. The school before school. Not second, third, fourth, and fifth graders. Your job is the front of the bus with the little kids who need help. And even then, you shouldn't be yelling at them and treating them that way. If my kid wants to talk to the kid beside him, let him. As long as they're not loud and screaming and up running around, who cares if they talk? My kid wants to read a book, or you tell him, reading books are bad for you. You're not allowed to do that. See, here's my thing. We are slowly taking away the things that make kids kids. Reading, laughing and joking and talking with their peers. We're taking that away from them. And we're reprogramming them through adults like Robin. We're reprogramming them to say, this is the only acceptable way. You either do this or you're gone. At this point, my kids would have more freedom on a prison bus than they do on their public school bus. At least on a prison bus, they'll be able to talk to the people around them. You know? Okay. Quite annoyed right now. I'm going to, I'm gonna see today when they get off the bus if A, she has a better attitude and my kids are not crying, or B, knowing how crappy of a person she is, she got in trouble this morning and now this afternoon she's treating my kids the same, if not worse, just to be spiteful because she got in trouble and to retaliate against my children. And, yeah. Today may be a really fun day. Because, yeah. I may have to make a few phone calls. Anyway. That's the video. You guys won't see it for a while, but leave it a thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever one you want to do. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know. Do you think it's right for someone to overstep their duties to purposely make someone else's life worse? What do you think should happen to this lady? Do you think she should be just moved to another bus where she can do this to other kids? Or should she be removed from the system altogether? That's what I think. But hey, let me know what you think. I would love to know. Am I just overreacting and I should just let my kids be, forced to get yelled at and threatened and told that if they talk, they're going to walk home from wherever they're at? I don't know, man. Let me know in the comment section. Leave a thumbs up, thumbs down, upvote, follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.